Bachcho. A very good morning. Yes, so this is your next lecture of your chapter number 1, Matter in our Surrounding. Okay, so in this lecture, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss with some problems which are based on your chapter Matter in our Surroundings. Okay, so here is a question number 1. Convert the following temperatures to the Celsius scale. Okay, so the first one they have given you 300 Kelvin. The second one is 573 Kelvin. Okay. So what you will do to convert this Kelvin into degree centigrade? What you need to do? You need to, yes, subtract 273 from 300, then you will get the value in degree centigrade. Okay. The next one 573K. It means you need to subtract 273 from this 573K, then you will get 300 degree centigrade. So these are your answers. Okay. Now see the next question number 2. Here they have given you one diagram and you need to mention A to E, that what are the processes. Okay. One direction they have mentioned that increasing the heat and decreasing the pressure. So this process is happening whereby we are increasing the heat. That means we are rising the temperature and decreasing the pressure. Okay. While we are moving to that side, they have mentioned that decreasing the heat and increasing the pressure. Okay. Now go for the first one. So you have to find out the name of each and every part, that what the process is actually called. Okay. So see, in case of the first one, A, solid is converting into the liquid. Okay. So this is happening because arrow is in this direction. That means this is happening at a high temperature and low pressure. That means while you are supplying the heat to solid and it is getting converted into the liquids, right? So what will happen when you will increase the temperature? Suppose you are having a solid in a container and you are what you are going to do, you are increasing the temperature and decreasing the pressure. So solid will be converted into the liquid and this process is called as fusion, where because of heating the melting is happening. Okay. See the next one. Next is your liquid to the gas. Again increasing the temperature, that means here the kinetic energy of the particles is increasing and decreasing the pressure. Okay, these two conditions they have mentioned. So liquid to the gas, that means vaporization. When we will rise the temperature, then what will happen? The force of attraction between the particle will decrease and they will move or they will go far from each other. So liquid will get converted into your gases. Okay. Next, let's check the next point, which is your C. Okay. Here what is happening? The gas, you are going to convert this gas into the liquid. Now this process is happening when you are decreasing the temperature and increasing the pressure. Yes. So gas to the liquid. Okay. So that means cooling. What you can say that condensation is happening. Okay. Because there is a less temperature is down now. Okay. By decreasing the temperature. The gases are getting converted into your liquids. See the next D part. Liquids are changing into the solid. Okay. So here what is happening? Solidification. That means cooling is happening. And what we call it as freezing by reducing the temperature. Okay. Now go forward for the next. Okay. Next is what your E. Again in E, by increasing the temperature and decreasing the pressure, what we are observing? We are observing that solid is converting into the gas. Okay. So here what is going on? Here sublimation is going on. Right. Next is what? Gas into the solid. Again by lowering the temperature and by increasing the pressure, this process is called as your solidification. Okay, I hope till now it is very much clear to you. And in the same way, there are so many questions, you can explain them on your own, like how does evaporation cause cooling? So what is the phenomena behind it? Why we feel little bit cooler when we are sweating more, or when we wears normally the cotton clothes, right? So when a substance evaporates from a surface, what will happen? It absorbs the heat from the surface, right? And it will get converted into the vapor state. So the particles of liquid, what they will do, absorb the energy from the surface and the absorption of heat from it to make the surface cool. That is why we feel cooler once we evaporate. Normally this thing we can observe during the summers. Okay. In the same way, there are some more questions. You can try to solve them on your own, like difference between the physical and chemical change, right? So physical change is what? It is not permanent change, but the chemical change is permanent. Okay. Okay. Is it permanent? Sometimes maybe. Different case also. Okay. Physical change, it does not lead to the what? Formation of new substances. But during the chemical change, we always observe that reactants are going to give you the product. That means the formation of new substances will takes place. Okay. Next, in case of your physical, no change in mass is observed, right? But in case of your chemical change, there is a change in mass of reactants and products. Okay. But as a whole, it is conserved, right? Next, the energy changes observed are small. But here we can see the change in terms of your exothermic and endothermic reaction. Okay. So that is all about this chapter. If you are having any doubts, then you can ask me. I will give you these few questions to solve after this lecture. Okay. Thank you.